Coincidentally, Harambe's last signed words were, "More Skyline." Skyline, one more time. And he died right after that.
Welcome to the People versus Cincinnati Chili. Give it up for being out here tonight. Welcome. This is the People versus Cincinnati Chili special mediation, and court is now in session. Now you, fine audience, are the jury. So I have to swear you in as part of my duties here. So will everyone please raise their right hands? I, the jury, do swear to ignore the fact that this three-way is made of yarn. I went to art school. I also swear to abide by the rules of this Commonwealth Comedy Club Court. Good job, everybody. Hell yeah. Give it up for yourselves. That was good. Yeah. All right. Now, I have the great honor of introducing our attorneys for the evening. On behalf of Gold Star Chili, please recognize Cody Walker. And on behalf of Skyline Chili, we now recognize Brantley, Georgia. No? Take your time, Counselor. Did you see she brought an easel?
I did.
Okay, now, will the attorneys please raise their right hands? That was close. All right. Do both of you agree, under the most basic understanding of rights AI could come up with for me, agree to the following: you will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
Yeah.
Hesitance, but accepted. Perfect. Now, it is my duty to tell everyone why we are here. These famed chili parlors are here to arbitrate an agreement over the custody of the title Cincinnati's #1 chili. Now, do you, the jury, by an answer of yay or nay, understand the situation as it has been submitted to this court? Yay. Perfect. Now, another thing I am now forced to do is, as it pleases the court, I, Judge David Stewart, have to submit my biases due to an unfortunate incident where I wore a Fuck Drake t-shirt during the trial of Drake Aubrey Graham. So now it is my duty to remain impartial, so I now have to outline my biases. As it pertains to Gold Star Chili, I do have to admit that I was raised in a Skyline household. Yes, I was raised in a Skyline household. I never had Gold Star until one fateful day at the Kenwood Mall, when it was the only option available to me. Since then, I have done blind taste tests with out-of-town friends and even moved in with a Gold Star girl. We are basically Cincinnati's version of Romeo and Juliet. I have asked her if we can kill ourselves, and she consistently says no. God damn it. Now, I am now obligated to say that Gold Star is a delicious option for those looking for a Cincinnati flavor. I am not being paid to say this in gift cards, nor have I had any correspondence with the Gold Star chili brand in any capacity. Is this playing? I can't see the TVs. Now, as it pertains to Skyline, I have already admitted that I was raised in a Skyline family. Along this thread, I feel it is important to admit that I keep Skyline crackers in my car's center console in case of emergency. I have even gone as far to say, you know I've got that thang on me. I even have some proof to share. Quick sidebar. I would like to apologize to the woman interviewing for an apartment at the Deeper Roots coffee shop in which I photoshopped this image. I do hope you get to have a home soon, and that this was not the most hilarious distraction of all time, which I thought it was. Now, as it pertains to chili, the food we're all here to talk about, and my own Cincinnati roots, I have one final admission to make. This week, I made chili during the snowstorm, and I regret to inform everyone that it was not Cincinnati-style chili. Yep. Your boos mean nothing. I heard what makes you cheer. Much like Cincinnati chili, though, I do make a few additions that are non-traditional to chili, such as cottage cheese, spinach, and potatoes. As you can see here, maybe. Now, by a show of clapter, who in their lives have lost 140 pounds? That's what I fucking thought. One guy. Now, as someone who has done that, this shit will keep you full forever. And it will help you get to your goals. So, I don't know. Maybe take that one home with you. Yeah. Take that home. That cottage cheese acts as sour cream, and it has way more protein, so it's gonna keep you going. That's enough of that. I did reach out to the aforementioned parties, Skyline and Gold Star, to get their takes on this situation. And I was met with the social media team for Gold Star Chili, rips. They're wonderful. As you saw in that picture, they are amazing. I do have to say it is clearly ran by a child, because at one point they did say slay to me, which I found to be hilarious. Skyline, on the other hand, they are tighter-lipped than the USSR about Chernobyl. Crazy. They don't care at all that we're doing this. But now we have reached the time of this trial in which we are going to hear our opening statements from our attorneys. Are we ready? All right. First, the counselor for Skyline will be giving their opening statement. Counselor, you have the floor.
Good evening. I'd like to welcome you all not only to a trial of two rivaling chili companies, but to the internal rivalry that exists between each one of ourselves. My name is Brantley, Georgia, and I am a believer, not in God, not even in myself sometimes. No, what I believe in is so much more than that, but I'm getting ahead of myself. What is Skyline, or Gold Star chili? Cincinnati-style chili is a new name for an ancient thing. Evidence and remnants of this type of chili have been found excavated in vases from the Indus Valley region, dating back to pre the Bronze Age collapse. Chili is inherent to the human condition. It has been created again and again throughout history by the Sumerians, the Assyrians, the Inca, the Maya, you name it, chili was there. Did you know that it's the bottom of Maslow's hierarchy of needs? And I know what you're thinking, Brantley, I've seen the pyramid, it's not there. Oh yeah? Take a look at this. There's a secret level. And I know what you're thinking, Brantley, how did you figure this out? Well, simple, I asked Henry Maslow. Now you're thinking, oh, how did you do that? He's dead. Simple and easy. I used a Ouija board that I thought was gonna really go off at my Christmas white elephant party, but then nobody wanted it, so I had to take it home myself. Let's refocus.
Counselor, I have a quick objection. It has come from Nye that I have to ask you to please move your easel onto the rug.
It's okay. Justice stands true. All right, how's this looking? Can everybody see it?
Wonderful.
Okay, good.
Give it up for Brantley, everybody.
Awesome. So as we can see, there is this secret based here. When I was tasked with representing Skyline and all that entails, I was nervous. I'm simply newer to the town of Cincinnati. I walked here 6 years ago, and I was quite wide-eyed and bushy-tailed, like Bambi after seeing his mom get shot in the head. But when it comes down to it, portraying the relationship between Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky, Southern Ohio, and Eastern Indiana and their chili, I found myself aghast. When visiting Cincinnati for the first time, people always ask, what should I do? And every time the answer is the same: go to Skyline Chili. And at first, it's kind of silly when you think about it. I mean, we've got too many pages. No? We've got the zoo, a few stadiums, Kings Island, an aquarium, the spinning hotel with the spinny top, art institutions, that parking lot where that man said, "Fuck her right in the pussy" on TV. But people still say, go to Skyline Chili. And listen, it's because deep down we all know it doesn't matter how cute Fiona is. We all know she was a psyop to make us forget that Harambe passed away tragically. Coincidentally, Harambe's last signed words were, "More Skyline." Skyline. One more time. And he died right after that. But let me just start by saying the Skyline superiority is recognized. It is the official chili of the Cincinnati Reds, the Cyclones, as well as the Bengals. You can get Skyline at the zoo, the aquarium, King's Landing. There's even a Skyline ice cream, which I know we said no outside food or drinks, but I would like to submit it as evidence for this at this time.
It's full.
I bought that just for you, baby boy.
Okay.
And while you enjoy that, some quick history for everybody else. Skyline Chili was created by Nicholas Lamborghini. He immigrated to the United States from Greece in 1912. He then worked as a cook at a hotel and a railroad crew. And all of his income was saved to bring his wife to America. It took over a decade, but eventually he saved enough, and she was able to come over, and then 2 became 5. And then in 1949, they opened their first restaurant, the first ever Skyline Chili. By 1949, they had opened their second restaurant, and by the end of the century, there were over 100 Skyline Chilies. Today, there's currently 160 Skylines spread throughout the Midwest, and also for some reason, there's like a clump in Florida. I don't really know why. Anyways, when it gets down to it though, what makes Cincinnati chili special? Cincinnati chili is a sauce. This is important. Remember the sauce. It contains a unique spice blend that gives it a very distinct sweet and savory taste. This sauce can be used to amplify dishes. Allow us to consult the Skyline menu. We went over this. No. Cheese coney. It's a lot of cheese. For the cheese coney, you have the sauce on there, and that's going to amplify it. The sauce is important. It's going to ensure that these sloppy boys will have your throat lubed up enough that you can take the 1/4 pound of shredded cheddar that will soon attempt to clog your esophagus better than a Daddy Dom on Grindr ever could. And you guys can get nasty with it, too. You can add shit, like beans or onions or mustard, because what's a meal without the aromatics? Just not that great. It's not that you can also sauce up your nudes. No. Hold on. All right, we're trying this angle now. You can also sauce up your dudes, and you can even make it a 4-way. Hell, add beans, make it a 5-way. 5-way. That sounds pretty lustful, if you ask me. But we're not quite there yet. Ever since 1949, the people have loved Skyline. The recipe is a family secret. I hope it's locked up cask of Amontadillo style. But what makes Skyline so special? What makes it stand out in a world of, dare I say, gold star burgers? No, don't say anything.
I will say, from the bench, you do get points for referencing SpongeBob in your drawing. Real ones, no.
All right, let's go to the next one. Oh, too many. All right. I need you guys to stay with me because we're going to take a few twists and turns. Allow me to explain. Cincinnati is known to be a Catholic area, very God-fearing people. Catholics famously believe in inherent sin. And what's more sinful than a Skyline coney hitting your T-spot, your throat, gagging you in the parking lot in your Toyota Camry because you couldn't wait 10 minutes to eat it at home? There's a primal urge with Skyline, a need, a base feeling we all fall victim to. No human is born without sin. But what Catholics don't seem to get is that's okay. I'm saying it's fine, so it's fine. Because a life with no indulgence is no life at all. As mentioned before, Skyline chili is not con carne. It is a sauce used on your coney, your spaghetti, your bed of oyster crackers, your limited time cavatappi mac and cheese. It is a scrumptious sauce to complement all other ingredients. And I know this is starting to feel far-fetched, but please allow me to pull back a few layers. The Lamborghinis immigrated from Greece. What's the most practiced religion in Greece in 1912? Orthodox Catholicism, I'm sure. Don't have to look that up. Cincinnati's current population is 17% Catholic, meaning that Cincinnati currently has 383,670.28 people as practicing Catholics, all of which are susceptible to the sins methodology. Using sins, as we can see, scrumptious ingredients, naughty sauce, it's all about the sauce. But sin, what is it about sin? Skyline is sort of where sin exists, for the sky is the heavens domain, and the line betwixt heaven and hell, and sin and salvation is where we walk, and we can taste the sweet nectar of chili. Come on, get. Is that too many? It was, okay. All right, we'll go forward a bit. Now I've got with me some testimony, 7 of which, not a coincidence, the 7 deadly sins, all of which are going to be about Skyline. So Exhibit 1, Wrath. I will now be reading a poem written by a 2nd grader named Madeline. Her last name is off record for her anonymity and safety. The poem is as follows, quote, I love Skyline. I eat it for dinner. I eat it in the summer, I eat it in the winter. When you have it without me, I get sad. When you eat it without me, I get very mad. Don't eat it without me, I will get pouty. So don't be mean, I need a coney with beans, end quote. This is clear and irrefutable proof of the Skyline's influence on a young mind. The insatiable wrath the child feels at the loss of her Skyline is something that will surely haunt her later in life. Exhibit 2. Please just be one. Just one. I only need you to be one. Yes! Pride. Yeah, not the gay kind. That stuff's okay. I often lurk in Facebook groups as an attempt to form human connection, which I'm not very good at due to my off-bearing nature and over-putting ass. But in my my lurking, I found a group for Claremont County doulas that has been pretty fun. If you're not sure what that is, a doula can assist before, during, and after pregnancy. Some even offer their services in preparing the placenta for the mother to eat. Some of you, I fear you know where this is going. In this Facebook group, I found that a doula had posted a recipe for Skyline placenta. No. As you can see, it's right there. And honestly, that's just so prideful to think that you can do the job of Skyline, but with a placenta. Also, Skyline already has a medicinal use. It's a laxative. We all know this. Exhibit 3, greed. This is a visual example. This is a post from twitter.com. The image is of a disgusting little man boy holding up a cheese coney, and the caption reads, "Just snuck 12 conies into Avatar 3, Fire and Ash. Just try to catch me, AMC ushers, exclamation points abound." As we can tell from the pallor of his cheeks as well as how he treats hourly workers, this truly is a despicable little greedy man. 5, sloth. Even wildlife submits to Skyline. Wait, did we do... Where's gluttony? We're skipping gluttony. 5, sloth. Splash. Yeah. Hold on, I'm consulting. 5, sloth. On a nighttime walk with my partner, who's totally real and 100% supportive, we once came across this. No, it was a squirrel asleep in a Skyline box. Its little heart beating so fast, his little hand outstretched like Jesus in Madonna's arms. And of course, the first thing I do is I start looking up, okay, well, like, where's a wildlife rescue center? I've got to get somebody to help him out. But my partner, who's 100% real, was busy looking up, can squirrels have cheese? And the answer may shock you, depending on your knowledge of small mammalians. It's no, they can't. And you know what? The next morning, the squirrel and the box were gone. But I think what we can really conclude from this is this little boy succumbed to lust. He ate too many conies, and he died for that. Look at him. This was his last hour alive. I ripped him. 6, lust. Skyline can be found in even the most unlikely of places. For this, I have a post, a comment on the popular website, Pornhub.com. It's under a video that says, "MILF thinks I have enough money for rent? Nuh-uh, must pay with my cock." The comment is as follows by user Joe Burrow into my ass. Quote, "I only eat my girl's ass like that if she eats Skyline the night before. Horny sigh emoji, peach emoji, squirt emoji, horny sigh emoji," end quote.
Dear God.
Finally, we have a harrowing story. This is a story of envy. I was invited to a 5-year-old's birthday pool party in 2022. And at that 5-year-old's birthday pool party, I saw the birthday boy who's enjoying himself, and then he spotted his little brother had grabbed the last Skyline cheese coney, so he runs over, and he grabs the cheese coney, and he pushes his little brother down on the ground. His little brother's staring up at him. His brother, the one thing that he looks up to in this life, and his older brother had a choice in that moment. Do I want to win this battle, or do I want to win every battle from here on out with my brother? So he got down and then proceeded to try to bite off his brother's nipple, and then alternated and took bites of the coney. And he just kept going, nipple, coney, nipple, coney. There was blood, there was screaming. It was crazy. I did freeze. I didn't do anything to stop them. It was a little entertaining. And I feel bad about it. But that is the type of envy that can pull families apart. That's what Skyline is about. And I know what you're thinking right now. Brantley, aren't you supposed to be defending Skyline? Yeah, I am. And therefore, I must defend sin. However, disclaimer, legally, oh shoot, come on. Only the fun ones. When I say that sin is good, please don't do anything fucked up. Just like, keep it within the range of that's funny. But dare I say, we as people need indulgence. We need sin to get by. And if life doesn't have that, you might as well just order a burger from Gold Star. And not to be the guy, but if we take a look around, we can realize we're probably all going to hell anyways. So now, more than ever, it's important to remember the ties that bind. Consider it a revival of the Roman bacchanal, but instead of a sacrificial lamb, we can just deep throat 9 conies in quick succession. These sinful delights are what brings us together deep down. I think that's it. Thank you.
Brantley, everybody. We are now going to have a quick recess because we can all see why. We are back in session, everybody. Wow. For those watching at home, look how fast we did that. That's crazy. Well, Cody, you're up, Kip.
All right. Hey, how about another big round of applause for Brantley? I think she did a good job of honestly making my case for me. My name is Cody Walker, and I've been asked to come here today to convince you all that the title of Cincinnati's #1 chili belongs in the custody of Gold Star. All right, good. Notice I did not say Cincinnati's first chili. I didn't say Cincinnati's most advertised chili. I said Cincinnati's #1 chili. First, let's address the taste. Savory, salty, complemented with the appropriate amount of cinnamon, its thickness and chunkiness stand alone in the chili arena, while its competitors wade around in their lazy river of sweet, soupy slop, causing some patrons to ask, is there fucking chocolate in this? Next, I'll address the menu. The Gold Star menu is one of its great distinctive traits that separate it from the rest. Part of Cincinnati chili mystique is that it can't be consumed every day of the week. Let's be honest, not everyone has the time in their day to be both constipated and fearful of a fart for hours on end at the same time. Therefore, Gold Star has quality options for everyone to enjoy. Gold Star has some of the best burgers around, Brantley. Compare their burgers to any other fast food establishment, and you'll find that they blow them out of the water. Their chicken tenders have been known to convert Chick-fil-A workers to atheism. And unlike Skyline, who demands their French fries be straight, Gold Star has always supported a fries right to be crinkly and gay. Gold Star cares about kids. Their primary partner, this is true, is the Free Store Food Bank, which supports local childhood hunger initiatives. And while Gold Star and Skyline both offer a Kids Eat Free night, there is a slight difference. Gold Star does this to help families in need, thus providing them with a night where their children can be fed at no cost. Skyline offers Kids Eat Free night because they are in the business of trafficking children. Look it up. Didn't see that on one of your big pieces of paper, Brantley?
It's one of the not cool sins.
Gold Star was also a primary partner of the Cincinnati Bengals until the year 2022 when Skyline took their place. I think it's no coincidence that this was also the last year the Bengals made it to the Super Bowl. Throughout history, when entities have aligned themselves with the Gold Star, they also align themselves with winning. The most famous Cincinnati Red of all time, Pete Rose, endorsed Gold Star chili for years and would often talk of its superiority to other chilies. This is especially important due to the fact that Pete was well known for never lying and always being a pretty stand-up guy. Tourists go to Skyline. Cincinnatians go to Gold Star. Thought I was gonna get carried out on that one. That's okay. When I read that alone in my bathroom tonight, I got pretty amped up. Let's talk history. We talked a lot of history. You talked about the Aztecs and the other ones, and we'll talk about a little Gold Star history. The year was 1957. Four Jordanian brothers, Fahad, Fahid, Bashir, and Bashara, traveled across the ocean by boat to the United States in hopes of fulfilling their American dreams. After years of selling orange juice, going door to door in neighborhoods, selling old clothes as fabrics, and selling newspaper subscriptions, the brothers earned enough money to go to business college. In 1965, the four brothers bought a Mount Washington restaurant called Hamburger Heaven. It was there that they would tweak a recipe to create the signature blend of Mediterranean spiced chili and eventually rename the establishment Gold Star. Fast forward to the year 2007. A young high schooler from the village of Mainville, Ohio, named Cody Walker was in need of a job. His American dream wasn't as inspiring as that of the four Jordanian brothers, but it was a dream nonetheless. For Cody just needed a little extra money to buy weed from his friend Jake, who had recently upped his price per nug. You see, Cody had been fired from several establishments. The car wash had fired him for being too slow, and the youth soccer organization wouldn't let him referee anymore after finding out that he'd placed money on a U8 game for funsies. Cody was desperate. He needed a sign. And just when he thought all hope was lost, he saw it. A literal sign. A sign that said, Gold Star Chili, now hiring. Like the star that led Mary to the manger, this Gold Star would lead yet another virgin to something great. The best damn chili in the world. It may come as a surprise to you, but the Cody Walker I tell you of was and is me. I should have changed the name. For years, I worked under the expertise of chili sous chefs, Joe and Tanner. As we called him, Tan the Man. Where they taught me the invigorating art of chili preparation, how to put the perfect amount of cheese in a cup for to-go orders, and the difference between fast food and good food cooked fast. That was a pretty good line. They also taught me that the band Counting Crows is super underrated. It was here in my formative years that I learned the true meaning of Cincinnati chili. Anyone can slather meat sauce over a bed of noodles and call it a meal. Only Gold Star can do it and call it art you can eat. Another just banger of a line. One afternoon, while I was filling cheese cups, an 89-year-old, this is a true story. One afternoon, while I was filling cheese cups, an 89-year-old woman named Phyllis came to my drive-thru window, ready to pay for her order. She ordered 3 cheese conies with no dog, also known as a chili cheese sandwich, in part because she was no longer equipped with teeth to break down the meat. She'd close out this order by requesting a sweet tea, and for that sweet tea to be tasted by yours truly to ensure that it was sweet enough. She'd say, Cody, is it sweet enough today? I'd taste it in front of her and say, it sure is, Phyllis. And then she'd hand me a $2 tip. Phyllis came to my window every day. It was clear she didn't have long to live, thus instilling her with the notion that every meal could be her last. Was it weird, and did it seem inappropriate to be sipping her tea while she stared at me, eyes wide, never blinking? Yeah. Yeah, of course it did. But I was taught at Gold Star that the customer is always right. Phyllis? I was taught at Gold Star that the customer is always right, even if that customer is a very super horny 89-year-old woman. One day she came into the restaurant with the help of a medical assistant, and she told me that she had a secret for me. As I leaned in to obtain her elderly wisdom, she diverted her mouth away from my ear and connected her lips to mine with vigor and speed. Unwillingly, I tasted her past, her present, and her future. But more than anything, I tasted Gold Star chili. I tasted the dream of 4 Jordanian brothers from the mouth of a golden girl with a star in her one good eye. I tasted hope. And after what felt like a lifetime, she pulled away and said something I'll never forget. They don't serve that at Skyline. And then, much like that squirrel, she died very soon after. I rest my case.
Wow. Man, this case has really gone to some places. We're talking religious undertones, kind of sexual assault a little bit at the end there. Phyllis is also the first name of my mother, so that's tough. Bummer.
How old is your mom, David?
Not in her 90s. Wow. Well, that makes, with opening statements out of the way, that brings us to our first witness of the evening. This is our bench witness, and allow me to introduce everyone to Billy DeVore.
Hello.
Hello, Billy. Would you please state your full name for the jury?
William John DeVore IV. You said full name, so I went full Game of Thrones name.
Yeah. Wow. There's so good they did it 4 times, huh?
Yeah. This is so weird when someone's normally talking behind me and they're pulling my hair.
Night's still young, my friend.
Yeah.
Now, you have been called up here by myself as the bench witness because you are known in these parts as the Chili King of Cincinnati.
That is correct. I stand by that and my royalty.
Now, would you mind telling me how you got that nickname? Is that self-appointed? Because I have a feeling.
Absolutely not. Now I'm starting to sweat. I think it's the chili I had for breakfast and lunch. It was given to me just because I love Cincinnati chili. It's literally coursing my veins at all times. I've done a bunch of stuff with Cincinnati chili. That sounds weird. I've done stuff with chili.
Where do you think Brantley got the ideas?
Good point. I experimented with a whole bunch of making different things. Like last year, I started making cheese conies for every baseball team. So, example for you, I took a Seattle dog. Do you know what a Seattle dog is? Yeah, it's a hot dog, in a bun. Whoa. But what makes it Seattle, they put cream cheese and sauteed onions with mustard. And I said, we're putting cheddar cheese and chili in that fucker. And it is delicious. So I did that and 15 other ball clubs because I looked at my bank account and I looked at the views I was getting on the internet and I went, not worth it.
So, as a man who works in views, I know the feeling. Now, I have another question for you. You are known as the inventor of the Sky Rosa?
That is a violently inaccurate claim. The Sky Rosa was invented in the year of 2010, year of our Lord, when the Reds were in the playoffs, and there were some very drunk dudes standing under the stacks in center field, and it was very much like the Reese's chocolate and then the peanut butter, where one got drunk, I was like, hey, you got a slice of Rosa's pizza? And he was like, I got some ciccone. And then they mashed them together and ate them. And I've had the luxury of introducing certain people to the Sky Rosa, including John Sadak, who is the play-by-play guy for the Cincinnati Reds. I showed him how to do it properly because I'm dumb enough to get it drawn on my arm. I love the Sky Rosa.
So that does put a bit of a wrench in my final question for you.
Sure.
As I was under the impression you were the inventor of this, I did have the question locked and loaded. Do you hate God or does God hate you?
I feel like John Hammond right now, honestly, because I became God.
That reference is lost on me. But now
Jurassic Park lost on you? You're a fucking dork. Okay. All right. Sorry, I had to get that
wrong
out.
kind. All right. Counselors, you now have the permission to treat this witness as hostile. And now Cody Walker will be taking his turn with questioning for Gold Star Chili.
All right. Guys, how about a big round of applause for our witness, Billy? I don't know why I keep doing that. This is a courtroom. Nobody does that in court. This is all fake. All right. Billy, first question. Where did you get the nickname Chili King? And part two of that question, does that feel cool to you?
It feels fucking cool, dude. Are you kidding me? I'm an icon to 3 people. Because these people, my subjects, had no idea they're in the presence of the Chili King. See the reaction?
Yeah. I can tell they all think it's pretty cool, Billy. Billy, I've heard that your favorite chili is Empress chili. Is that correct?
That is incorrect.
Okay, well, fuck that question.
It is Camp Washington chili.
Camp Washington chili. Well,
The only Cincinnati chili to win a James Beard Award. There are 6 foodies here who fuck with that.
I thought James Beard was just another guy in Jurassic Park.
No, it's my nickname on Grindr.
Billy, does it concern you, despite the fact that Camp Washington chili is your favorite chili, does it concern you as a chili king to know that the founders of Skyline chili might have stolen that recipe from Empress chili while working there?
Oh, dude, it's total fraud. But you know what? That's what Greeks do.
God damn.
They're the last people we can be racist towards. Greeks and Italians. They're hairy, sweaty, and gross fuck olives.
Oh, that took away my next question, which was, who are we still allowed to be racist to?
That's easy.
Billy, as it was, I don't know how we move on from there. I think this case is closed. Billy's a racist. I think we just...
I'm a very specific racist. And it
That's what they all say, Billy.
My hatred includes thick black hair.
I knew by the audience reaction that didn't help your case, Billy.
I'm not the one trying to make a case. I'm a witness.
Please, God, move on.
We're getting flagged on YouTube. This is gonna kill on 4chan.
All right, let's circle back. Billy, you said that you make chili dogs for every MLB team.
Correct.
What are other reasons your wife doesn't have sex with you anymore?
Because she doesn't find sleep apnea a kink anymore.
Billy, we talked about the Sky Rosa, and people are combining Skyline cheese coneys with La Rosa's pizza, and referring to it as a Sky Rosa. Some are now combining Gold Star coneys with Montgomery and ribs and calling it Montgomery Gold. Just last week, a man smothered Geta all over his Grippos and called it Get a Grip.
That's pretty good.
What do you think is the most fun way to get diabetes in Cincinnati?
I'll tell you, it's called the Billy Special. You can get it at Camp Washington Chili. It's a secret menu item. It is a 4-way onions, plank of Gouda, 2 fried eggs on top, optional but necessary for me, hot sauce on top. That is the fun and fastest way to lose a foot.
All right, that'll conclude my questioning for Billy DeVore.
Wow. Brantley, on behalf of Skyline, this is now your witness.
Thank you. Do you believe in the divine right of kings? Do you think inherently you're better than the rest of us?
No.
Okay, cool.
I know I'm better than the rest of us.
Okay. Do you have any duties or obligations as Chile sovereign?
Yeah, to eat it and talk about it. I think that would be that. Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
That's it?
It's pretty cool. Yeah, and tell which chili people should be eating.
Okay, and for the Sky Rosa specifically, that is Skyline. It's called the Sky Rosa.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy is every single time when I made a Sky Rosa and tagged a local celebrity, guess who never shared it? Skyline. Guess who did share it? La Rosa's. Whenever I made
And
my
yet they're
chili,
Italian, so I'm confused why you're celebrating. You made it so clear.
I checked, by the way, social media team, Anglo-Saxon. Oh, fuck off. It's playful racism. So yeah, I have a little bit of a beef with Skyline.
All right, that's fair, and I will note it
Okay.
for myself as well as everybody else. Sorry, I just keep thinking about the dabble into racism. I don't know, I think I need a minute to just center myself. So I'm gonna let you do your, if you wanna choose another specific minority to pick on, I'm gonna sit down. But that's me for you.
You know who doesn't get enough Greek? Grief, Moroccans. No. And Latvians, too. Don't get violently specific.
Please bury yourself.
I'm trying to, in Chile.
Wow.
You're done?
Yes, we are. I believe that is enough.
Okay, great.
All right, give it up for Billy the Chili King. That brings us to our next witness, who I am praying is less playfully racist. But jury's out. It's Zach Wyckoff!
Oh my goodness. What's up, everybody? I love all races, but wait till you hear what I have to say about women. All right. Oh, what a gift. So excited to be here. The most honorable court presided by a judge with a top knot. I'm so pumped. So pumped to be here. Look at that. All that paper over there. That's what the bathroom looks like when you're done eating Skyline. How we doing? All right.
Now, Zach Wyckoff, you've been called here because you are a known Gold Star Chili influencer.
That's right.
And that is why...
Thank you.
Clap it up for him. Clap it up.
A couple people have been influenced. Let's go. Okay.
And that is why Skyline will be starting with their questioning. We're starting on the offensive for you.
Right. Bring it.
Yeah. Quick question, because I haven't seen the videos.
Yeah. No one has.
Okay. Can you just describe a typical video that you're in for Gold Star Chili?
Yeah. Typically, it's Billy DeVore will feed them to me by hand. And we're both scantily clad.
Okay.
Objection. I've seen the videos. That is not how they are.
That's not. Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. You're talking about the ones we posted. No, it's mostly just me eating the thing and be like, so good.
So to clarify, are you employed by Skyline or not Gold Star?
I am not, but they have paid me in gift cards.
Oh.
So, it's not trying to brag, everybody. I
What
rode here in a
increments are
Corolla.
the gift cards in?
Sorry, no?
Are they like $5, $10?
$50.
What?
What? I only got 25. What the hell?
Should have influenced harder, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Weak.
Well, let me just ask you a few numbers questions since you do represent the company. How many Gold Star locations are there?
Man, at least 3.
Okay. The answer is 85.
Nailed
and then, are you aware of how many menu items there are at Gold Star?
I mean, it's gotta be 3.
82.
Okay.
And then how many of those items do you think have chili in them out of those 82 items?
Oh, okay. It's gotta be 3.
I would take 3 and then put a 3 next to that.
But where? Like exponentially?
No, well, not up in the corner, but like direct, like they're snuggling in bed,
Oh.
and one's here and one's here.
A 3 and a 3. 33?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Which is only 40% of the menu having chili contained on it.
I'm
I will
sorry.
say.
Is it a problem to have range?
No, but it is a problem to claim that your specialty is one thing if you're not even whole-assing that one thing.
Okay, I mean, sure, but like, LeBron James isn't just good at basketball. You know what I
saw
mean?
Space Jam 2. He's not good at acting. What else? What else can he do?
As an Ohio boy, that it does hurt me to say you were right. I'm so sorry. You're right.
It was bad. It was bad. I had a bad time.
Was it the AMC theater in which that man snuck conies into?
No. Mine had a crawler. You guys don't know movie theater crawlers?
No.
Oh, it's... Okay, really quick sidebar. It's when you work at a movie theater and you have to check because there's a regular guy that comes through and he crawls underneath and he tickles the ladies' ankles. And they keep letting him back in.
Wait, that's a job?
Yeah, it's... I know it's like... It's a
I've
theater
just been doing it for free.
It's a theater in the area. So I've been told. My question is, do you think Gold Star is going to start paying you to wiggle under the tables and tickle ladies' ankles? And if so, will those gift cards be in increments of $5, $10, or $50?
I mean, gotta be $3, I think. And listen, we'll do it, and that will be some hot content, I think.
In a certain market.
That's going to really blow up.
Yeah, what was the website from your...
Pornhub.
Sorry.
You know, that obscure little thing.
I've heard of it. I'm sorry. I'm a believer.
In what?
The Lord. I don't do your porn websites publicly. I wouldn't admit it, but you know.
All right. And then last question. In October 2017, Gold Star acquired another business local to Cincinnati, Tom and She. How do you sleep at night knowing that financially you're unfaithful trollops?
Listen, any way to expand the business, baby.
Another $50 Gold Star gift card.
Right.
All right, I rest my case.
Wow. That was
Zach
great.
Wyckoff,
Great,
everybody.
That was
Known capitalist. Mr. Walker.
Zachary Wyckoff.
Hey, buddy.
Is it true that you're right about everything?
I mean, I would like to think so.
I think you are. I think you are. I think
Thank you, buddy.
I think you're a beautiful man. I think you've got a beautiful taste in chili, and I'd like to start by saying that to everyone here. Speaking of,
I like this show. This is fun.
Speaking of a beautiful taste in chili, is it true that your mother said that your placenta tasted like Gold Star?
You know, I don't remember, but I do feel like I was a tasty little baby. So I feel like whatever I was stewing in was probably pretty good.
I reckon it was. You were the face of Gold Star chili for good reasons. Did Gold Star, you said Gold Star gave you money, that's correct?
That's true.
And did Gold Star give you money for this evening?
No, they have not.
No, they did not. So your bias does not exist here tonight.
That's true. I'm just here for the love of the game.
Now, Gold Star did give me money tonight.
Whoa! What?
$50 in
What?
gift cards. Yeah.
God
you
damn
got
it.
25?
Yeah, 25.
God, you suck, Dave. You suck at negotiating.
embarrassing.
Final question for you, Zach. Earlier, the Skyline defense spoke of a squirrel in a Skyline box.
Yep.
And she said that squirrels can't eat cheese. Is it not true that you and I both found a squirrel in a Gold Star box, and it was totally fine?
No fucking way.
Tyler, bring out the picture of the squirrel in the Gold Star box.
Small mammalian bodies can't handle cheese. Unless it's a hard cheese. So if it was a Parmesan, he'd be okay, but the cheddar's too soft.
You did way too much research on squirrel cheese. All right, and that's it for Zach, I think.
Wait, can I-
Yeah.
I do have one
you want to
question.
talk about raising the squirrel together?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
I just had one question for you.
Yeah.
When Phyllis kissed you,
Yeah.
was there not a little part of you where you were like, was that not sweet enough?
Oh, wow.
It was a callback to a story. I really thought that was gonna kill. I really thought that was gonna kill. And you guys.
I thought it was too. You got me. It
Yeah.
got me. Listen, it was. She did that. She did it every day. She would come in and say, "Is it sweet enough today?" No, she didn't kiss me every day, but she made me drink the tea in front of her and then pass it out the window. And then my coworkers would be like, "Hey, that's weird." I'd be like, "I don't know." It is.
Well, I will
$2 is $2, Zach.
That's right. And that's what I'm gonna give you as a tip. Thanks, everybody.
Hey, Zach Wyckoff! That brings us to our final witness this evening for Skyline. Give it up, everybody, for Breezy Lee!
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Now, Breezy, you've been called here on behalf of Skyline because you have worked at Skyline for 21 years, is that correct?
Correct.
Wonderful, wow.
I'm a grown-up.
Now, because you are for Skyline, that means young Cody is back up to ask his questions for Gold Star.
Yay.
Breezy Lee. Breezy, you've worked at Skyline for many years, is that correct?
Unfortunately, yes, we're going to do this again. Yep.
Is it true that in February 2022 there was a recall for about 2,205 pounds of 10.5-ounce cans of Skyline chili that were mislabeled and contained cream of chicken soup?
Skyline is far too successful to count a blip like that.
Well, it's real. I saw it on the internet.
I have far too many loyal customers to ever speak that to me.
Breezy, is it true that when you eat Skyline, you don't put any chili on it? It's just noodles and cheese like a monster? Like a crazy person. Is that true? Like a crazy person?
I told you in confidence that was what I had for lunch today, Cody. Because I eat cheese conies and it gives me acid reflux sometimes. Because I'm an adult.
Not too much different than the squirrel. Breezy Lee. Not too
I am
different.
a mammal.
Breezy, when your store discontinued Mountain Dew and Diet Mountain Dew, how did your patrons react?
Like addicts. I shun them every day. You guys need help, seriously.
Breezy, I think you answered my question, but would you say those reactions were normal?
Again, some Mountain Dew drinkers, especially Diet Mountain Dew drinkers, seek help for the love of God.
So I think you would agree with me, Breezy, that the customers at your restaurant have the taste buds of an Appalachian chain-smoking toddler. Is that correct?
No, those ones prefer sweet tea.
And Cody Walker's mouth.
Zang.
Fair enough. Breezy, last year I took my grandmother to get x-rays on her brain.
No.
And, hold on, stay with me. While reviewing the scans, the doctor pointed to a brown chili-colored spot on her frontal cortex. It said not to worry because 60% of Cincinnatians have this same spot. This is actually true. I think it's interesting that 60% of Cincinnatians also eat Skyline chili, Breezy. I also think it's interesting that my grandma died a few months later. That's also unfortunately true. So my question is, Breezy, did your chili kill my grandma?
Cody, your grandma's chili lobotomy has nothing to do with me. Sorry,
Chili
by the
lobotomy is
way.
unfortunately the name of my folk band.
Sorry about the spot.
And final question, Breezy. For the record, has a customer ever asked you to taste their sweet tea to let you know if it was sweet enough?
No, Cody, but they have asked me if they could touch my tattoo. That's right. Mine kills
Wait, what's the
Billy's.
tattoo? Oh my God, I thought it was gonna be a picture of Phyllis. Okay. That's all my questions for Breezy.
Wow.
Great
Give it up
job,
for Gold
Cody.
Star.
Just-
Brantley, this is now your witness.
Hi.
Hi, babe.
Hi.
Great job with your
Oh,
stuff.
thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank
that.
you. Thank you.
Did you draw that stuff?
No, some of them. The ones that weren't good.
Oh, okay. Still, great job.
Yeah. I've got just a few casual questions.
Okay.
What's been your favorite thing about working at Skyline?
My favorite thing about working at Skyline is because the service is so fast, I don't have to see people for that long.
Earlier, Cody questioned your consumption methods, but what is your favorite thing to order?
Oh my goodness. So, my favorite thing to order is a Cholito, heavy spaghetti, extra cheese, chili, and light onion, because, adult.
This,
Objection, gross.
Fuck you, Cody.
quick question. Do you believe that the oyster crackers can also be used as communion wafers? In a pinch.
Having grown up going to a certain Catholic church on the west side in the original neighborhood where the very first Skyline was built, sup Price Hill, I can say that a cracker's a cracker. You know what I mean?
Here we go again, David.
Here we go again. We were having a very enlightening conversation downstairs about the origination of that slur, so that's tough.
My final big question for you is the cavatappi mac and cheese was limited time only, but then when I tried to order it, it was the day after it ended. And do I have to wait all the way until next year, or is this how?
I'll tell you what I tell most people that ask me certain questions like this. I don't make the decisions.
But if you did, what would be your first order of business?
I would have that shit available all the time because it was delicious. But also, y'all get the frozen Stouffer's, get you some chili from actual Skyline, not that canned bullshit, and mix it together, and that's bomb too. Just saying.
You learn something new every day.
That's
My
what I'm
God.
saying. Fat kids rule.
Here, here. Those are my questions.
I literally farted while you were saying that. That sounds crazy.
I love it.
Wow, thank you so much. Give it up for Breezy Lee, everybody. Well, we've heard from our witnesses, and now it is time for closing statements. Miss Brantley for Skyline, please, it is now time.
I've said a lot. A lot's been said. But ultimately, when it's all said and done, the thing to remember here isn't who's better, Skyline or Gold Star. It's what can connect us in a time that we were being pulled apart so readily. We are fallible as people and humanity, and it's important to remember that. None of us are perfect, but we're still trying. So let's all look towards the bright side and, eat that coney. Eat it with friends at 1:30 a.m. at the Clifton Skyline. Eat it as catering at your cousin's wedding. Eat it in your Honda Civic and then shart it out just a little bit. Eat it and be reminded about what makes us human. Indulge and remember that this is a family recipe now shared with the world, your family at large. But not the ones that you fuck, because that's weird. So take a bite and another, and just keep eating it. And then you're like, oh my God, this CVG breakfast burrito from the Skyline there is so good. Maybe I just have one more. And then as you're boarding your plane, suddenly there's a rumble in your tummy and you go, well, that can't be good. And then you can feel it burrowing its way through your intestines at like Mach 12 speed. So you're like, if I duck waddle to the bathroom really fast, maybe that's all gonna be okay. Anyways, you shit so hard that they have to keep the plane on the tarmac and then unload everybody and get a new plane due to health and safety concerns. That Boeing 747 was cleared the fuck out. You can't prove that was me, though. All this to say, and in summary, as I said earlier, Skyline is sin, but what Catholics don't get is it's not that bad. It's fine. And, you know, without sin, what are you going to do in the world? If the world were to only have Gold Star burgers, as delightful as they are, we would still long for something greater, something more delicious. I ask you now to all open your hearts for our closing hymn. This is an auto-tuned child. I've got 4 minutes of this, guys. I need you to keep the energy up. I didn't know how to edit the audio file. Verse 2.
Second verse. Brantley, Jordan, everybody. I have an objection from the bench. Each and every one of you cowards left her hanging for like the first 2 minutes of that. What the hell? You cowards. God damn it.
They were confused, David. They were confused.
All right, well, Cody, you're up, Kip.
Okay. That was beautiful. I did not prepare a dance. And that I regret very much so. We heard a lot tonight. We heard a lot from the witnesses. We heard a lot from Brantley. We heard a second grader's poem. Madeline, my apologies. We talked about Clermont County doulas making Skyline placenta. J.D. Vance was in there somewhere. A dead squirrel. We talked about a lot. We talked about a lot. And we talked a lot about Skyline. We talked a lot about Chile. We talked a lot about Gold Star. And I think one of the big things that they came at Gold Star for tonight was our menu options. We got too many options. Sometimes you're not in the mood for a Skyline Coney. Sometimes you're not in the mood for a Gold Star Coney. You guys don't have any other out. You got Chilitos, which Breezy brought up, and her describing it, I think reminded us all why we only eat cheese conies there. That sounded truly disgusting. Democracy is what I'm talking about. Choices. And that's what Gold Star offers. Skyline recipe was stolen from Empress Chili. Like I said before, Gold Star is for Cincinnatians and Skyline is for tourists. The Bengals have sucked ever since they switched to Skyline. And Skyline's trafficking children on Kids Eat Free Night. Look it up. And I'm gonna close on that, David. I'm gonna close on child trafficking at Skyline for YouTube.
Wow.
Is that all right?
Yeah, you brought up Empress Chili. That's nice.
Can we add the hashtag Conygate?
Why
Hashtag
not?
Coney. I think we can do that. Rest in peace, Phyllis, and that's all I'll say.
Cody Walker, everybody.
Stop this madness!
God? What's happening?
No, I am the malevolent, beautiful, and lusty original Empress Chili!
Dude, you sound like that racist Billy DeVore.
He was not racist, he was merely moderate. I created Billy the Chili King in my perfect image and likeness to be my only begotten son, to spread the word of true Cincinnati chili.
Your image and likeness was that?
Silence!
It kind of also sounds like just ripping off the story of Christ.
Silence!
Fair.
You chili peasants! You can have a ruling on which or what chili rules you chili plebes! This is the king without talking to me! Bananas!
Everyone else? What?
Yes, everyone else! Do you have chili for brains? Cincinnati chili is far more than just Skyline and Gold Star for options. You think too narrow, like you have the mindset of a noodle.
You sound like everyone that I talked to on Reddit about this show.
The chili harvest in Cincinnati is bountiful. We have Camp Washington chili, who has been around since 1940. Serves breakfast all day, has a wonderful hero, and is home to the Billy Special, the not racist guy.
Yeah, please take communion of Billy.
Fresh chili! Where they put deep fried jalapenos on top of 3, 4, 5 way. Guy Fieri said the dish was out of bounds.
So in the story of Christ, is who's Guy?
A quaint diner that has chili and pancakes. I do not recommend having both at the same time.
Fair.
Price Hill Chili! It's a chili parlor on top of a hill on the west side. It's not my favorite, honestly, but they must be mentioned!
The Doubting Thomas.
Dixie Chili! Which is Northern Kentucky's home to Cincinnati chili, and also home to the alligator, a cheese coney with a pickle spear.
Fucking gross.
We do not judge people's coney of chili preferences or chili kinks.
I do. I think I do.
Pleasant Ridge Chili not only has Cincinnati chili, but they have brown gravy that goes on fries, a hoagie, and whatever your heart may desire. Also, brown gravy is what comes out of you when you have too much chili. Lastly, the reason we are having the chili court in the first place, the OCG, Original Chili Gangster. My chili, Empress Chili! If it weren't for my faithful Air Apostle serving this in bowling alleys and in front of theaters in the early 1900s, we wouldn't even be talking about this sweet and savory Cincinnati treat. I will not stand for you chili ne'er-do-wells belittling this finest delicacy by saying there are only 2 options. Nay, I will stand for all the other options in the Queen City. I will not stand for it. Instead, I will sit in the back and await your judgment.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. That was way more Wizard of Oz than I was expecting it to be. Wow, Empress Chili makes an interesting point. There is more than just Skyline and Gold Star. But boy, do I not give a fuck! Everybody, let's go! So that brings us to the very important part that you, our jury, is here to do. We have to have our final vote. Now, if you believe Skyline Chili deserves full custody of the title of #1 chili, say aye. Aye. If you believe Gold Star Chili deserves full custody of the title of #1 chili, say aye. Aye. I think people are lying. If you believe one of the other chili parlors deserves custody over the title of #1 chili, say aye. Aye! Okay. If you believe Skyline Chili and Gold Star Chili deserve partial custody, then with the other chili parlors deserve every other weekend in one major holiday a year, say aye. Aye. You got kind people out here tonight. If only all custody battles went this way. If you think I should shut up and end this show, say aye. Aye. The ayes have it, everybody. Give it up for your fun lawyers this evening. Yes. And give it up for all 3 witnesses you saw. Man, give it up for Commonwealth Comedy Club for letting us host this show. This show is going to be on the YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed to that, please do. We have so much good content out there. I am the content director. This is specifically a plug for me. Please, we have so much great stand-up on there. We have more coming every Tuesday at noon, so please subscribe. I'd love to see you out there in the comments or whatever. Don't be weird. We've had that already. But from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys so much for coming out tonight. These shows are my favorite thing to do ever, and this is so fun. So thank you. Please give it for yourselves. And that is our show. Thank you so much. Get home safe, everybody.